Gabbie Hanna is officially back on social media. Not only has she gone on tour, she is back and running with her YouTube channels, but she is also starting her own podcast. Last year, Gabbie Hanna tried making a comeback on social media by posting a series that she didn't end up finishing. Her series aired a couple of months after she got into all this drama, and because the response to Gabbie's series was so bad towards her, she didn't end up completing her series, and instead, she decided to take a quote-unquote break from social media. The reason I say quote-unquote break is because Gabbie actually ended up coming back to social media multiple times when she announced that she would be taking a break. This got a lot of people on social media mad at Gabbie because it seemed like she just wasn't taking care of her mental health nor trying to take accountability for what she actually did to the number of influencers she did wrong. Gabbie lost lots of subscribers throughout this time, and it seems like her fan base has really shrunk. It's now been a couple of months and Gabbie Hanna is back on social media, and it seems like she is now posting consistently on not only her main channel, but she even seems to have a secret little channel, I Talk Too Much. She's posting on both of her channels pretty consistently. She's active on her TikTok and even on her Instagram. Gabbie's mainly focusing on her artwork, her music, and trying to go back into the scheme of connecting with her audience. And one way she's trying to connect with her audience is starting to do a weekly podcast. Yeah, we all know how much drama Gabbie Hanna got from her podcast.
And I'm telling you guys again, there's a fraction that you guys know because I don't show it. Because I'm not that person. I'm not going to expose your private I'm not going to expose what people have told me you've said behind the scenes. I'm not going to show you the facts and the evidence because I'm 29 years old. And I'm not going to sit down and make a video with screenshots exposing my bullies. These are bullies. These are high school bullies. And they want to come at me and say, you're 29 years old, how you're acting? You.
After a while of being off from social media and after a while of not going live on her YouTube channel, Gabbie made an announcement on her Instagram announcing that she was going to go live. But things took an unexpected turn, as it usually does with Gabbie. Let's just say that Gabbie got into a lot of technical difficulties just to try and go live on YouTube, and her fans were not having it at all. It took Gabbie a whole hour just to get her live going, and people were getting agitated. Here was the announcement Gabbie made before she went live.
Hi, I'm doing a live podcast in like 15 minutes. Swipe up to come just like chill. I'll explain why I'm doing it like this there, probably, or maybe not. I just feel like it, I guess. Anyways, come. Guys, I'm coming. I fuck technology. I can't express to you how bad I am at it. So my assistant's here trying to help me. This is why I would always live stream from my phone, but like the quality's so bad and it's honestly such an unenjoyable experience. I'm trying to do it from my fucking computer, but like now it's like saying I have to do this thing. So anyways, I'm figuring it out. I am coming. In fact, maybe I'll come chat with you while she tries to figure this out. I'm gonna come in the chat and talk to you guys in the chat, and then we'll live stream whenever I figure out how to live stream. Dude, technology's so hard, man. Always has been for me. That's why I loved Vine. Because Vine was so easy. Held the screen down and it was like, here's your video now. This is so hard. Like, this is so confusing. I feel like I've never had to do this before. We have to use like a third-party platform to stream on YouTube now. Sorry, I know that I said 7:30 is now 7:45, but like, man, it should be easier to use. Like, I feel like it should literally just be like, you want to go live?
It seems as though Gabbie just wasn't meant to start this podcast because her live stream just wasn't working in her favor at all, you guys. It wasn't airing. She was having technical difficulties trying to even connect to a third-party platform since that's what she explained she had to do. And she kind of just ended up blaming the fact that her podcast wasn't airing on the universe, complaining about how she just always seems to be the problem no matter what the scenario is.
Well, guys, I guess this is the universe finally making me learn how to like stream, because I really wanted to for a while and just, man, I really am not good at figuring shit out. You guys are just gonna have to accept this as part of me. Just please accept me. It seems like it's just like one of those like uniquely me problems that I used to experience all the time when I used to do storytime videos, where I was just always like, why does nobody else experience it? Like, I feel like everyone else has like a really easy time live streaming, but for some reason, like, I just can't. Like, and there's no like discernible reason, just like.
After a whole hour, Gabbie finally managed to make her way on live. And as Gabbie typically does, she had a lot of things to vent to the internet about. First, Gabbie talked about how much she missed connecting with her audience and how YouTube was such a huge part of her life and was pretty much her therapy, and that now she's a completely different person from who she was years ago.
I wanted to do a live podcast. This is why I named the title You'll Have to Forgive Me, because I just knew that it was going to be a whole ordeal. But I just could never really figure out a way that made sense for me, except for kind of doing it directly onto YouTube. But I just hated the way it looked and sounded. I get anxiety from it. I don't know. Technology specifically, I feel like gives me a lot of anxiety. So here's why we're here right now. I miss it. Like, this was such a big part of my life. Like, YouTube was my therapy. Like, that was my like whole thing. I'm just like a different person, and I'm socially anxious. And the camera, talking to a camera, like hides that. But then it got to a point where I just felt like I couldn't really be myself online, and I was like overthinking everything and like really like lost touch with myself, I guess.
Throughout this live, Gabbie then got some comments asking her to address some certain things pertaining to the drama she was involved in, and let's just say she tried ignoring all of these comments, you guys, and even insinuated herself that she wasn't here to go on live to respond to hate comments.
I never wanted to like have a like clumsy podcast where like I couldn't set it up properly and I didn't get like anxious or like say something stupid, you know? And now I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's cool. Like, I'm just like, I don't want to like live in fear of like the internet anymore, is like what I feel like I've been living. And it's like so stupid and exhausting. See, I'm exhausted right now, like talking about it.
Lastly, Gabbie said she wants to start and focusing on other endeavors. She said she finally took some alone time to figure out who she is and how she just wants to focus on pursuing her career as an artist.
I've been the past like week or so not really focused a ton on like art and drawing and like clothing and stuff, but I've been putting a lot of work into that, especially now that a lot of my focus was on the show for the past like at least this whole month and before that as well. It's nice to like have like that first thing under your belt. It feels good that like that was so daunting. Like, you kind of have to break the ice. And it's crazy that it took me this long. I just had to like let shit go and like grow up, and that takes alone time. And guys, I finally took some alone time. Can you believe it?
Anyways, guys, I definitely want to know what you think about Gabbie Hanna returning to social media again. Also, what do you think about the route she's taking her career now?